Now when Umar radiallahu anhu took charge for 10 years, what are his accomplishments? I'll just give you a short list of those accomplishments, and you see how visionary these people were. He established a public treasury. He introduced the Islamic calendar that you and I enjoy today. He was the one who introduced it. He formalized the judiciary system by creating not only the courthouses, but also appointing the judges for those courts. He introduced the police, and he also took the public safety measures. He instituted welfare programs for the poor, for the widows, and also for the children, irrespective of their religion. As long as you're part of the empire, as one of the citizens of the Muslim empire, you will get the benefits. And then in his times, he conquered Persia. Some of the major victories were the Battle of Yarmouk against the Byzantines, the Roman Empire, and the Battle of Qadisiyah against the Persians. He established Muslim rule over Jerusalem, where he signed the most famous treaty that took place between the Muslims, the Christians, and the Jews, when they handed over the keys of Jerusalem to Umar radiallahu anhu without fighting anymore, because they said, if this is the same Umar whose qualities we find in our books, he will win. There is no point of wasting resources. So they met him and they handed the keys over to Umar radiallahu anhu. Not only that, he's known as Al-Faruq, the one who distinguishes between the truth and the falsehood. Umar radiallahu anhu would always keep check on his governors. He would just visit a province without any notice, just to see how things are being run. He would just show up at the house of the governor. And before he go to the house of the governor, he would go to the main head office, and he would ask to bring the register, and he would check in the register who are the people who are getting paid from the treasury, how much, where is the wealth getting spent. He was an auditor who would personally go to the provinces unannounced and audit them. He would go to the governor's house and look at their lifestyle and will question them. Why are you like this? Why do you have this? Where did you get this from? You only get this much salary. And they have to explain themselves. He introduced not just this, but he banned luxurious lifestyles for officials to avoid corruption. He personally patrolled the city of Medina at night time, disguised as a common man, so that nobody will recognize it as Umar, so that he would know what's going on in his own city. He had a slave who said, Ya Umar, you go out in the streets of Medina and you deliver food to the needy and poor people and you carry it on your own back. This is a 50-some-year-old guy you're talking about. How about you hand some of this over to me? I will carry it for you. I'm a young man. And Umar's response was, will you carry this for me on the day of judgment? Of course not. So let me carry my own weight. And this is Umar radiallahu anhu that would go around and would look to see who needs. One day he sees a man outside of the city of Medina in a camp. So he's a traveler. He goes to the traveler and he doesn't say who he is and says, why are you here? He says, because we are travelers and my wife is expecting a baby, so we decided to camp here and we have no other means. And Umar radiallahu anhu at that time went to his house and he asked his wife Kulthum that come with me, we have a job to do. And the wife of the emperor is delivering the baby in the tent, while the emperor is sitting outside cooking the food for the family. Can you imagine that? And the guy who he is doing all of this for is unaware of this person until the wife says from the tent, the wife of the Umar says from the tent, Ya Amirul Mu'mineen. And the man is shocked. The color of his face changes. He's like, Amirul Mu'mineen? is cooking the food for me and my wife, and his wife is helping my wife deliver the baby? This is the character we're talking about here. This is the character of this person that became the leader of the Muslims at that time. Not only that, he built roads, he built canals, he built guest houses. When businessmen or the caravans would go past the roads in the Arabian Peninsula or wherever the kingdom was, he built the inns for the resting places, proper resting places. He established the stipend for soldiers and their families. He expanded the Medina Mosque. He set up the garrisons in the new cities. So he built some new cities like the city of Basra, the city of Kufa, the city of Fustat. They are big cities now. He is the one who built them. And they were built very strategically. And if you go back and look at the history of how these cities were built and what kind of people were moved into them and what was their strategic location in terms of the empire, you'll be like, wow, this person was doing all of this 1400 plus years ago without GPS, without the proper mapping that we have. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That's why it's very important that we all are looking for a leadership to lead the Muslims. But we need to also at the same time build the character. It's very important for us individually and collectively as an ummah to have high moral values, high character. You cannot win the world without winning the hearts over.